Upwork's sliding fee structure can bump the commission for some freelancers. Some may find the fee higher than they expected. Extra fees can cut into what they actually get. On a $500 job, you might only see about $386 after fees. That's a 23% cut. Freelancers feel the pressure as Upwork adds costs. Layoffs and market uncertainty add to the frustration. But here's the thing, the fee changes started after early tracking tools appeared. We'll explain how the tracker became a friction point. Upwork rolled out hourly tracking, and it was a mixed bag. Look, clients could see you were actually working. But it felt like someone was watching every move. They introduced the hourly tracker, a timer that recorded your time on a client's job. The system could snap screenshots up to 6 times per hour, roughly every 10 minutes. I still have a client who said, "I didn't trust you, so I turned on the tracker." Those screenshots helped resolve a dispute, proving I was actively working. So the same tool helped me win the dispute, also made clients feel like I was under constant surveillance. Because the screenshots could catch sensitive stuff. Client passwords, for instance, security folks were worried. Some freelancers expressed concerns the tracker might capture private browser tabs, so they blurred their screens. But here's the thing, the hourly tracker also created a detailed record of activity for each project. That detailed activity record coincided with the introduction of the sliding fee model, which charged a 20% fee on the first $500 earned from a client. Now let's see how the sliding fee model tried to sweeten the deal, mostly left freelancers stuck at the 20% tier. Back in May 2016, Upwork rolled out a sliding commission. They promised a sweet deal, 20% on the first $500, $10% up to $10K, and 5% beyond. At first glance, the tiered model seemed fair. Earn a little, pay a bit more. Earn a lot, pay less. Upwork said it would reward long-term freelancers while still taking a cut from newer clients. But most gigs are short and small. Because many jobs are brief, freelancers rarely earn enough from a single client to move past the 20% tier, so the fee stays at 20% for most projects. Take a copywriter pulling $300 to $400 per gig. After the sliding commission, 20% gets taken out of each payout. Roughly $120 a month, and that can hit personal expenses. And that wasn't the only hit. Upwork added a 2.75% processing fee on every client payment, so you're double dipped. With most freelancers stuck at 20%, the result is a classic earnings squeeze. Higher fees and hidden costs chipping away at every paycheck. So the 2010-5 model looked like progress, but it actually locked in a steady revenue stream for Upwork at our expense. Now the next twist, Upwork started charging for the tools you need to win jobs. Connects, wonder what those fees are really costing you. Look, Upwork turned gig hunting into a cash game. With a free account, you get about 10 connects a month. Extra connects cost around 15 or 16 cents each. The real kicker, those 10 are just a teaser. You'll need more to keep up. I tried it last month, and after the first 10 I was scrambling. It felt like a trick. One bid can cost more than your morning coffee. Popular jobs ask for 7 to 25 connects. So if you buy a 10 connect bundle for $1.61, each bid costs about $1.13 to $4.02. I once shelled out $3.22 for 20 connects just to chase a logo design job. Same as a latte. I stared at the price tag, thought, did I really need this? It was an eye-opener. Upwork added a processing fee on client payments, a percentage of the job value. The exact amount varies with the job size, and it's applied before you get paid. The processing fee and connect costs cut into what you keep. The exact reduction depends on job size and connects used. Track every connect, and you'll see the real cost. Those layers pile up. I log each purchase in a quick Google Sheets budget, compare it to my monthly revenue. That spreadsheet stops fees from sneaking into your bottom line. I once found a month where my fees were higher than my income. Felt like a punch. Upwork has updated its fee structure over time, but the reference doesn't show an algorithm changes connect costs daily. Any changes to connect pricing would be announced by Upwork. Upwork's new 2025 pricing algorithm can make your service fee jump anywhere between 0% to 15%. And it doesn't give you a heads up. The kicker, you have no clue which side of that range you'll land on. I logged in last week, was stunned when my fee popped up at 12%. Rather than a flat cut, the system looks at demand, how many bids are in play, and overall market volatility to decide your exact percentage. So the fee ends up reflecting market conditions, not just your expertise. When I tried it on a low-traffic jog, the fee dropped to 2%. It felt oddly off balance. Here's the snag. You don't see the percentage until after you click Submit Proposal. Once it's set, it stays fixed for the whole contract. No chance to renegotiate. That's the real bite, and honestly it makes me roll my eyes. Since scarcity drives the math, high-demand categories like web development or design can max out at 15%, while a niche copywriter might see almost nothing taken. The swings are real, and they can feel like a wild roller coaster. That lack of transparency turns budgeting into a guessing game. What you think is a $2,500 net could drop to $2,125 once the hidden fee jumps. You have to watch the numbers closely, or you'll end up with a nasty surprise at the end of the month. Take July 2025. A senior UI/UX designer secured a $4,000 project, only to have the algorithm apply a 13% fee, leaving $3,480 in the pocket, a $520 surprise. Ouch, that hit the wallet hard. These days most freelancers copy the fee into a quick Google Sheet, add a plus 15% buffer column, and quote clients based on worst-case take-home. It's a cheap hack, stops the surprise, and I've been using it for months without a hitch. All of this turns Upwork from a fairly predictable marketplace into something like a roulette wheel. Squeezing earnings, wearing down trust. The stakes have definitely gone up. So how does this invisible fee roller coaster chip away at a freelancer's paycheck over time? Up next, I'll walk through a case study shows the numbers bleeding with each new fee. Stick around. Alex, a freelance UI designer, noticed his monthly earnings dip after new fee structures. Look, fees cut my earnings. He didn't give exact numbers, but the 10% platform fee cut his take-home pay. So the sliding fee model hit in 2016. The higher rate on the first $500 hurt his smaller projects. The extra processing fee from Upwork added to the loss. Using Connects to submit proposals cost him, because freelancers must buy Connect bundles. Then in 2025, another fee on larger gigs popped up, cutting his net earnings. These changes show how each new fee can erode a freelancer's income over time. Bottom line, Upwork's fee roller coaster began with hour tracking. Then came a 2010-5 split, a processing fee, paid connects, and more platform tweaks. Each change added extra cost for freelancers. And that's why every cut shrank our take-home, and Upwork's market cap has slipped. Have you felt the squeeze? Drop a comment, smash the like button, and hit subscribe. Turn on the bell so we can keep digging into how platforms shape earnings. If this breakdown helped, subscribe for the next deep dive. Tell us which fee change you're testing first.